All right, all right. Hey, hey, welcome back, Cancerians. On this beautiful Sunday morning, right around a holiday weekend, I wanted to go ahead and do something that I tend to like to do this once every like quarter or so. I think I used to do it once a month and I kind of got off track. But instead of talking about other characters and bigger storylines, I want to just focus on only our Cancerian character and what it is that makes them attractive, alluring. What do others see in our Cancerian character? Because I think it's all too often that our lead character just gets swallowed up in amongst all of the other stuff. And so this is just focused on our Cancerian. Hi, Hi, Angel Mommy. And PR, wonderful to see you. All right. So, first off, what is it that people notice about our Cancerian? Well, deep intuition, not a surprise at all for a Cancerian, right? Um, this Cancerian carries some kind of like esoteric wisdom that may span, or they have like almost a mysterious quality to them. Like um, people may get a not a deja vu moment exactly, but like a hint. They talk to this Cancerian that, oh, how did Cancerian know that? It's like they're one of those, oracles of Delphi, or a high priestess from some Egyptian, era in life. This There is a what do I want to say? Like a mystic's energy about them. They may even This Cancerian may kind of baffle individuals in the nicest of ways. They may gravitate toward this Cancerian because they want this Cancerian to say something to them, because they know there will be some secret wisdom, or people walk away and go, every time I talk to them, they say something there's no way they could have known. How did they, it's like they walk up to Cancerian and Cancerian says, like, man, every day I see somebody driving too fast down here on this road in like some red sports car, and it turns out that individual was just looking at red sports cars or something, and they just are blown away because they wanted to buy one. And this is like that word of cautionary warning, like, don't be a lead foot if you're going to get a more high power engine. And it's like they look at whatever simple things Cancerian may sprinkle into conversation. Like Cancerian may hear it a lot from people, like, it's so uncanny how you just brought that up today. I was just talking about so and so. It's like they think Cancerian is like a fly on the wall, but in the nicest of ways, not like, ooh, they're creepy. What are they doing spying on my life? How do you know this stuff? It's a little bit more like revered. I feel like Cancerian is well respected for their intuitive hits that they seem to get on a pretty regular basis. But again, I feel like there is an air of mystery that makes this Cancerian particularly alluring to people. Obviously, I keep staring at those pillars. There could be some kind of, like, somebody has bookends that are pillars, or they literally have decorated something in their yard with pillars, or they have a plant sitting on one or something like that. Those pillars are like screaming at me, so I'm just gonna mention that. But pillars are somehow, maybe somebody just says that they're like a pillar of, like a community, or a pillar of a group of people or something. But I feel like there's a visual of pillars, maybe a painting or something hanging on the wall. We've got a Two of Wands. Our Cancerian could also be highly respected for the vivid imagery that they either um, paint, like with words, or they might actually be a painter. They might be really good at looking at a situation and then breaking it down into something else. Two of Wands is usually a card of choice, but in this case, this Cancerian may be highly respected, and particularly like, I keep feeling like this Cancerian comes across as like a like an oracle at a crossroads that individuals want to come to get information, because they have a way to take what somebody says and then regurgitate it in a different format, so people can see it in a different light, and thus help people when they're stuck at a crossroads. Now, the way Cancerian does this could be very creative. They could be someone who has a gift of, like I say, imagery, painting words on a canvas, or just as a side note, they may be somebody who makes things better and brighter. You look at this big, dank, kind of scary looking forest that seems dingy and dark, and instead Cancerian is painting these gorgeous, vibrant flowers. It may be that Cancerian has a way to uplift people in moments of crisis, or when they're not looking at life in a very positive way, and then they put a spin on it and they go, life is a mystery, and it's such a delight and such an honor that we get to, trudge through it and solve those mysteries and seek new information. I feel like if this is about how the Cancerian behaves in the workplace, they are the person who comes up with solutions that no one else could see that seem so obvious after they've spotted it. But it's because when there's a brick wall or when there's a problem, Cancerian sees the alternative route. And not only do they see the alternative route, they see it splashed in color. I keep feeling like this Cancerian is, in a room full of stressed out, dull people. I don't mean to be insulting toward Cancerian's coworkers. I'm saying dull, not like they're dumb and boring, but like everybody's senses are dulled in the moment. Cancerian walks in like this swirling, like dirt devil of color and excitement, and they revive life into something. And now people can see it in a different light. I keep feeling like, this could also be that everybody else, maybe Cancerian wears a uniform along with everybody else, but they have some extra flair. This is like, everybody in a hospital wears scrubs, but one of them has like, you know, vibrant socks with, whatever smiley faces on it or something. There's something, some extra splash that comes into kind of an otherwise austere kind of location or environment, and they bring brightness, they bring light to it. That's a really attractive quality for this Cancerian to show to other people, kind of the lighter, brighter side of life. And then we have a 3 of Cups. So this Cancerian could make a mean cup of tea. They could have a collection of really beautiful, fine china. They might collect something like that. But really, this is truth, that they deliver and dispense, but they do it in the most creative and colorful way. This Cancerian, some of their traits that make them so fantastic is they are truthful. They're real, truly invested when they say something. They'll give somebody the tough love if they need to, but it goes down easier. They don't say things in a nasty way. This Cancerian has a way about them that they make it all seem like, hey, it's Alan, big deal. So you screwed up. You said something a little bit rude. Yeah, we've all had our days. They give a person a way to just acknowledge, yeah, you fumbled. It's not the end of the world, and it just makes things smoother. They don't feel judged. They feel people want to be around this Cancerian because of the way they make people feel like we're all human. We're just doing our best. And sometimes we're going to screw up. They feel like they welcome people in. People love this about this Cancerian. The fact that they know they're going to get it straight, but they're also going to get it in this warm, loving, kind of like accepting way. I think that's why this person, or maybe that's why multiple people want to come toward Cancerian, especially during times when they feel crummy about something, because they know that it's almost like Cancerian is their confessional. Like, Cancerian, I have erred. What shall I do to fix my errors in judgment? And I just feel like Cancerian has this way of making it so that it's not the end of the world. It's not so bad. We've got a little honeybee here too. I do feel like Cancerian is that people want to buzz around them because there's a sweetness to this Cancerian. There's a very like human way that they can connect with others. With that 3 of Cups, though, I gotta say, to me, this is looking more like there is a particular individual who wants to talk to our Cancerian out, and we got the 2 of Cups. So yes, I would say, I don't know. I feel less like this is one of those stories where the Cancerian is like single and more like there is a powerful and profound connection that feels like a past life connection. And I suggest that because of the ammonite that we see, which is so comical because before I turned on the camera, I first had on my ammonite, shell necklace here. And I took it off because it was just too long. But I think that's so funny to see this pop up right now. And that to me is always that connection to the past. The ammonite fossils are one of the oldest like little sea creatures. I have some of those and some trilobites also. I'm a big fan of the ancient sea creatures as jewelry. I like fossils as jewelry. So that's why it stands out to me. But what it represents to me is there's a deep connection. You notice we got a lot of cup energy in here anyway, back to back. Lot of strong emotional bonds that are in this storytelling, but there is one in particular that is a bond that that is stronger and more potent. This could be a romantic partner who feels a bond to this Cancerian. And I don't know if this is like they're in separation. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like they look forward to every moment that they get to connect with Cancer, every moment that they get to spend in Cancerian's presence. Like this bond is being awakened a little more all the time. The depth of it, the past lifey energy of it, the power of feeling like somebody really sees into their soul and they like it, and it's kind of reciprocated. This Cancerian, let me summarize this by saying this. One of the things that makes this Cancerian so attractive, so beautiful, and so powerful is the fact that they have the capacity to make those deeper connections at the not just like the logical like meeting of the minds and wow, we have a lot in common, we like the same movies, and not even just like wow, this person has like a nice sensitivity to them, they're always polite. This is the bond of I can feel this person in my soul. I can feel their energy around me even when they're not there. I can feel this pull, this magnetism to my Cancerian, and I know that they can feel it too. This whole thing, I was going to say reeks, but reek is not the right um, vocabulary because that has such a negative connotation. But I do think that there is this energy where it's like they can feel Cancer no matter where they are. Cancer has such a presence, but it's a quiet presence. But that's why it's so like, it's like in the nicest of ways, it's like radiation, right? We may not see it. Instead, it's something that we feel. It's, the radiating heat from the sun. Man, you can feel it even on a cloudy day. You think that the sun's not out. Yes, it is. It's like it's quiet though. It doesn't come in like thunder and lightning. It's present and it kind of like makes its presence known. And then once you're aware of it, man, it's scorching. I feel like that's the kind of emotional bond that someone is developing toward this Cancerian, and either they're awakening to it a little bit more every day, but it's also first we have a Cancerian that's capable of making that kind of bond and making that kind of impact on individuals. And I would say that's because they are so deeply attuned. This feels like a Cancerian who really knows themselves really, really well. They seem very deep and they feel very true, is the way I would describe this character. That's really awesome. I'm going to get one last card here out of a different deck. I don't usually do this kind of storytelling. I do this only like once a quarter. I used to do it once a month. I really feel like I might bring it back once a month because I really like to focus on just one character. Keep it simple, pare it down, look only at the most third eye open. Your intuition is on point now and you see beyond the evil. This is like, this is a character who is very high vibrational at the moment. They're not looking at life and humans as like, oh man, people can be so crummy and, there's all this trouble. And, I hate to have to deal with a bunch of, stinky humans. This character says, honestly, we're all here on the same sphere right now, doing the best that we can. I can see people's innermost motives, even the times when they fumble. I don't have, it's like this Cancerian has like entered into a phase where they can kind of like see into to people's hearts a little bit. They can see beyond the pettiness. They can see beyond, they don't walk around and accrue a bunch of like negative thought processes throughout the day because, oh, that checker was rude to me. Oh, that person cut me off. They're just like, that somebody's feeling pretty desperate, driving erratically. They're doing stuff because they desperately need to eat. They desperately need something. And I'm in a place where I can see that need. I don't judge them for it. If anything, I'd like to give them support and just like, give that nasty checker a compliment and say, I don't know if anybody's told you this lately, but you have such a nice smile or whatever. And, leave that rude person with actually an act of kindness. Like that's kind of the attitude that we have coming off of this Cancerian right now. And I think it's really beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to leave this one here, you guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. If you do enjoy the channel, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. Delinda, thank you, sweetheart. You are so kind. Oh my God, what a generous donation. Thank you, honey. Absolutely. You're so kind, and all of the wonderful thoughts that you put here as well. I love your comments. I love your energy. Thank you so much for being here, Delinda. Thank you for being you, honey. You guys, thanks everybody for hanging out with me. It's always a delight. Hi, Rach. Always good to see you, beauty. You're so cool. Thank you for being so just like warm. I love the fact that you guys are so nice to each other as well. It means a world to me that we have such a wonderful community here. It feels so sincere. So thank you guys. Hi, Adrienne. Hey, Mojo. What's up? What's up? Angel Mammy, thank you again for popping by, honey. All right, Delinda, I'm going to do a fucus next. So, tip of the hat to you, darling. I do a fucus specifically because Delinda is the one who said, Kate, why don't you do a fucus? And she said this to me quite some time ago. And that is the reason I do a fucus now. So, I'll see you guys in that one next. Okay. Lots of love. Thank you guys again. Bye for now.